So we are here for the headline fight, people. Yo, I mean, this is such a good one. This is such a good one. We got gold on the line. It's not an undisputed. It's the BMF title. So that's, you know what that means, people. We have got Brazil against Hawaii. The champion, Max Holloway, against the challenger, Charles Oliveira. And between these two men, there are so many accolades. It is bonkers, right? But on Saturday night, what it's about, it's about that BMF strap. It's about the ability of putting yourself back into lightweight title contention. That's what it's about, people. So Charles Du Bronx Oliveira, he's 36, 5'10", 74-inch reach. Overall pro record 36-11 with one no contest, right? He is coming in off of a win. He's got an record in the UFC, 24 wins, 11 losses, one no contest. Yo, you know what I mean? This is bonkers, really, right? He made his debut in August 2010, the 1st of August 2010, right? Won a performance of the night with a win over Darren Elkins. Got an armbar in the first round, opening seconds of the first round. He then beat the Ultimate Fighter champion Efren Escobedo, right? Caught him with a rear naked choke in the third round. Got another performance of the night with that one. His third fight, they put him up against Jim Miller. He lost via knee bar, right? Then the no contest with Nick Lentz. Got stopped by Donald Cerrone, but then he got back on the, back on the train, beat another Ultimate Fighter winner in Jonathan Brookings and Eric Wisely, right? Lost to Cub Swanson and Frankie Edgar, but, Cub, he's just a killer, especially back then, right? And, Frankie, we know what Frankie went on to be. You know what I mean? That was fight of the night, though. But when you look at things, he's fought just everyone, man. He has fought everyone. The funny thing about it all is early days, he was missing weight a lot. You know what I mean? He's missing weight a lot, right? He had a rematch with Nick Lentz cancelled because of the weight miss. Because of, yes, being overweight, right? Which then, in his next fight, he misses weight again. So, that wasn't it. Like now, Charles has all of that kind of shit locked in. He was at featherweight then, but he was younger. So you'd think it'd be easier and all of that shit. But there are so many things that are different about it. He fought Nick Lentz 3 times, won them all. He did get his revenge on Jim Miller, But it's like, Charles back in those days used to break. It's been talked about a lot, right? He used to break in fights. There was a point where it's like he couldn't reach that next level. You know what I mean? And, a lot of people have said it's because the birth of his kids, that changed him, Who knows? Right? Who knows? But there was a change. There was a change. And in that change, a beast was born, right? It was the Paul Felder fight, December 2017. Felder just got him, he got him down and just unloaded elbows. Unloaded them, people, right? So he's done. Second round fight gets stopped. But then after that, he just went on a tear. Beat Clay Guida, Christos Gagos, Jim Miller, David Tamor, Nick Lentz, Jared Gordon, Kevin Lee, Tony Ferguson, right? That then takes us into the title fights, right? So then he fights for the belt against Michael Chandler, knocks Michael Chandler out, right? Defends against Dustin Poirier, chokes Poirier out. Then he strangles Justin Gaethje, though that was a weird one, right? There was the whole controversy with the scale and everything. It made no sense, right? But then he fought Makhachev, right? But that was a good run. You know what I mean? That was a good run. We saw that shift, that change. And we see a change in the demeanor of Oliveira. You know? So he's had those fun fights. A lot of people think he beat Arman Tarosian. You know what I mean? There is that, right? He beat Michael Chandler. Then there was the title fight against Topuria. But that didn't go well. But he then chokes out Mateusz Gamrot. And Gamrot's a beast. So you can't say he's done. You know what I mean? You wondered, right? You wondered. The Makhachev fight where it was just a very quick tap. And then getting knocked out by Topuria. And the thing with the Topuria fight, Max looked good. Max looked good in those opening seconds. He was all right. But the thing was, he then just got a little complacent because you see, he takes a shot, right? But it wasn't a flush shot. But I feel he just thought, oh, that was all right. That's fine. And so he steps in, guard down. Like, guard should never be down. Even if you think someone's got pillow hands, don't put your fucking guard. What are we doing? And get sparked. Get sparked. It was terrible fight IQ, which just made everyone wonder, right, is this it for Oliveira? You know? Is this it? But I think the Gamrot win shows there is still fire in the belly, right? Which is huge. That, people, is huge. The thing is, though, he's not fighting just anyone Saturday night. He's fighting Max Blessed Holloway. 34, 5'11", 69-inch reach. So Max, he's an inch taller, 2 years younger, right? But he does have a reach disadvantage. He's got a pro record of 27-8. In the UFC, he's 23-8, right? Coming in off of a win. Now, Max made his debut. He basically grew up in the octagon. He'd done kickboxing, you know? But he grew up in that octagon there, right? He, made his debut 4th of February 2012, right? Against Dustin Poirier. That was his debut. I think he was 18, right? Got caught with the armbar. But, from there he put together some wins, right? Pat Shillings, Justin Lawrence, Leonard Garcia. Lost a couple. Dennis Bermuda. And then that Conor McGregor fight, right? But put together some more wins. Will Chop, Andre Feely, Clay Collard, Akira Kurosari, right? Cole Miller, Cub Swanson, Oliveira, the first fight, right? August 2015. Beat Jeremy Stevens, Ricardo Lamas, right? Which was the first point down situation. Beat Anthony Pettis for the belt, right? Got performance of the night for that. That was 10th of December 2016. He then defended that belt against Jose Aldo twice, right? June 2017 and December 2017. Beat Brian Ortega. He then moved up, right, to fight Dustin Poirier at lightweight. That was April 2019. Came back down, beat Frankie Edgar. Yeah? 4th defense of the strap. But then were the Volkanovski fights. But when you look at everyone he fought, man, there's some names up in there, right? There's some names up in there. Lost those 2 Volkanovski fights, but then was the classic with Calvin Kattar, where he just landed so many punches, right? It's the look away. I'm the best boxer in the UFC. And that is the big thing, right? Has got, I should say, a 4-inch reach disadvantage. But Max's hands, right? Max's hands negate that disadvantage because he is so good, right? So slick. The way he can just move in and out, right? Avoid shots. He has got a very good defense. You know what I mean? A very good defense. And yes, he lost 3 times to Volkanovski, but Volkanovski's a fucking GOAT, right? Max, Volkanovski, they are going into the UFC Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? There's no question about that, right? But he's beating everyone else, right? Arnold Allen is tremendous. Max beat Arnold, right? Beat Yair Rodriguez. You know, beat the Korean Zombie, Justin Gaethje, which was just... I mean, that fight will go into the UFC Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? That's where he captured the BMF belt, people. That was the fight. You know what I mean? It is just... oh, man. He got a performance and a fight of the night bonus for that one. Yes, he did lose to Topuria, but I think the problem with the Topuria fight as well is he was at lightweight where he looked phenomenal, and then he dropped back down. And, you know, the Gaethje fight was in April, the Topuria fight was in October. So it's kind of like, okay. I mean, that's not the best, right? That's not the best of situations. So there's that. But then we saw him come back July last year, 15th. And that fight with Dustin Poirier went the distance, but Holloway was just in control of that fight. The difference between that and the previous two, I mean, that was just bonkers, right? That was bonkers. So, Max Holloway, the blessed, it's just, we see the impact he has had on the fight game, right? Everyone and their mother is pointing down, right? In the last 10 seconds of the fight now, everyone's pointing down. Now, they're pointing down, they're not necessarily, you know what I mean, swinging. Like, look at Joe and Almeida. They pointed down and then avoided each other, right? And then at the end of the fight, they're hugging like they did have a war, right? What's going on, people? What the fuck? Right, but that's not Charles. And the crazy thing about Charles, in both fights, in the Lamas fight, in the Gaethje, he's winning the fight. There is no need to point down. There's no need to step into the fire. But Max has that spirit, right? That winning spirit, that do not fuck with me. You know what I mean? Max is Hawaiian and proud. He has that warrior blood running through him. And that's what makes this such a fantastic opposition. But the thing is, right, with all the resurgence and everything that Charles has been able to do, it's just hard, right? It's hard to go against Max. You just look at it skill to skill. Yes, Oliveira's for sure got the jiu-jitsu advantage. For sure. But Max is the better, he's got the better movement. He's got the better boxing, right? That attack, he's added the kicks, right? That spinning back kick was one of the things that helped with the Gaethje demise, right? Broke his nose at the end of the first round. You know what I mean? And anyone else, that fight's over, right? You saw Dan E get hit with that spinning back kick. He was done, right? And Eag's a monster. So just think what fucking Gaethje's face is made out of. You know what I mean? But, hey, Max, he is just continue to evolve, continue to add these weapons. And he's looking deadlier than ever. Deadlier than ever. Right? So, would you really want to step in against Max right now? Fuck no. So, people, I am taking Max Blessed Holloway to continue, right, to be and still BMF champion. That's what's going to happen Saturday night. And I cannot wait for it. I mean, it's going to be a fun fight, people. For sure, it's going to be a fun fight. It's just what happens after this. Does that win position for a, lightweight shot? When you consider every single thing, that would be a fun fight, right? And especially at lightweight, right? So no cutting for Max. At lightweight, that's very appealing. You could easily sell it. But the problem is, lightweight, there's such a fucking shark tank there, right? We've got so many people vying for. So it's very just like, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen, right? But all you do know, the winner is set up for a great fight next. For sure. And I think that winner is Max Holloway, people. Who the fuck do you have for the win Saturday night?